is R. See, this arrangement shows what? This is second dipole, second dipole, and it is the first dipole. Its a dipole moment is in the upward direction, negative charge to positive charge, P2 bar. Its a dipole moment is like this, P1 bar. First dipole, this line is called, this line, axial line. This line is called equatorial line. What is this line? Equatorial line. On this equatorial line of the first dipole, this is which dipole? First dipole. This is which dipole? Second dipole. Means what happened? Second dipole is placed. Which dipole? Second dipole is placed on the equatorial line of the first dipole. This is equatorial line of which dipole? First dipole. It is the equatorial line of the first dipole. On the equatorial line of the first dipole, second dipole is placed. Which dipole is placed? Second dipole. So, if the second dipole is placed on the equatorial line of the first dipole, then we have to find the force. See, this is which dipole? First, equatorial line. On the equatorial line, field will be in the opposite direction of dipole moment. Dipole moment is upward. Field due to this first dipole will be in the opposite direction. Field due to first dipole is E1. It is opposite to P1 or P1 bar. P1 bar is upward and this is P2 bar. Of course, these two are vectors. So, this is E1 bar in the downward direction. So, what we can say? Now, second dipole is placed. Second dipole is placed on the second dipole is placed in the field of first dipole. Second dipole is placed on the field of which dipole? First dipole. Second dipole, moment P2 placed on the field of first dipole. Then potential energy of the dipole 2 or second dipole is, dipole 2 means second dipole is U is equal to minus P2 bar dot E1 bar. Minus P2 E1 cos theta, no, cos 180. That is how much? Cos 180, because P2 E1 are in the opposite direction. Cos 180 minus into minus P2 E1. This is field due to first dipole on which line? Equatorial line. This is equatorial line of first dipole. P2 field due to first dipole on the equatorial line. P1 4 pi epsilon naught r cube. This we have derived earlier. So, potential energy is equal to P1 P2 by 4 pi epsilon naught r cube for this arrangement. Force between two dipoles is minus du by dr from this is from first year mechanics. So, according to that, force between two dipoles is minus d by dr of P1 P2 by 4 pi epsilon naught r cube. Force is equal to minus P1 P2 by 4 pi epsilon naught of minus 1 by r cube. Minus 1 by r cube means you can take r power minus 3, 1 by r power minus 3, minus 3 by r power 4. So, force is equal to 3 P1 P2 by 4 pi epsilon naught r power 4. This force is positive. Force is inversely proportional to r power 4 and it is positive. So, it is repulsive. This is about the force between two dipoles. problem. Two identical circular rings of radius capital R, two identical rings coaxially placed at r distance r meter apart. Q1 Q2 are charges on them which are uniformly spread out. Then the work done in moving the charge. Moving the charge Q from center of one ring to other is from center of one ring to other. So according to the given problem, what is given over here? Two circular rings of same charge are given. So field will be right. So now these are the two identical circular rings of radius r coaxially placed at distance r with the charges Q1 and Q2. These are the two circular rings. Like this they are placed. Of course they should be of same size. Two circular rings are taken in this manner. This is positive charge is taken. Here also positive charge is taken. This is also positive charge. It has charge Q1. This has charge Q2. Its radius is also R. A charge Q is taken from center O to O dash. This is taken from O to O dash. Both have same radius, capital R and capital R. Radius is same and this distance of separation, capital R, is also same. Distance of separation is R. O is the center, O dash is the center of another circular ring. Now you know we have to move the charge from here to here. So we should do the work. You know work done to move charge Q from center O to O dash is W is equal to Q into V1 minus V2. You know we have defined the formula. Work done W is equal to Q into delta V. Delta V means potential difference. V1 minus V2. What is V1? Potential at the center of the first ring. What is V2? Potential at the center of second ring. V1 is the potential at the center of first ring. V2 is the potential at the center of second ring. So V1, V2 we have to find. If we substitute, we are going to get the potential. Now how to find the potential? You know field formula. Field is equal to field due to circular ring on its axial line is Qx by 4 pi epsilon naught r square plus x square plus r square whole power 3 by 2. To find the potential we have to do like this, minus dv by dx. If you substitute the field and integrate and etc., we are going to get the potential due to circular ring as Q by 4 pi epsilon naught under root of x square plus r square. Potential on the axial line of circular ring is Q by 4 pi epsilon naught x square plus r square. If it is at the center of circular ring is equal to Q by 4 pi epsilon naught root r square is equal to R. Potential at the center of circular ring is equal to Q by 4 pi epsilon naught R, and on the axial line potential will be Q by 4 pi epsilon naught root x square plus r square. So we have to find the potential at the center. V1 potential and here V2. After finding the V1, V2, if you substitute here, you are going to get the work done. Then how to find the V1? Let us take V1, potential at the center of the first ring. Potential at the center of the first ring is equal to its own potential. Potential due to the same ring, potential due to the same ring plus potential due to other ring. So V1 is equal to potential due to the same ring at the center. Center means x is equal to 0. Then what is the potential? Q by 4 pi epsilon naught r. But what is the charge? Q1. So Q1 by 4 pi epsilon naught r. Potential due to other ring means Q2 by at what distance we are supposed to find? Q2 at this distance we are supposed to find. Means this is the second circular ring. Which ring? Second circular ring. Its charge is Q2. So Q2 and the distance. This is the second circular ring and it is the axial line for the second circular ring. Axial line. Axial line. X is equal to how much? R. So second circular ring, axial line. On the axial line of the second circular ring at a distance R, potential due to second circular ring will be potential due to second on its axial line will be, this is the formula, Q2 by 4 pi epsilon naught x is equal to r, means this is r square plus r square, root 2 r square becomes root 2 r. So potential at the center of first circular ring is Q1 by 4 pi epsilon naught r plus Q2 by 4 pi epsilon naught root 2 r. This is the potential at the center of first ring. Similarly, potential at the second of circular ring, at the second center of the circular ring. Second means potential due to center of second circular ring is equal to potential due to its own ring plus potential due to first ring at center. So potential due to first ring at center of second circular ring. So potential due to its own second ring at the center, Q by 4 pi epsilon naught r, Q2 by 4 pi epsilon naught r plus potential due to this first ring at the center, means this becomes which line? Axial line. So axial line of the first circular ring. So Q1 by 4 pi epsilon naught r root 2 r. So this is the V2. So work done is equal to move the charge Q from here to here is equal to Q into V1 minus V2. So Q into V1 minus V2. V1 Q1 by 4 pi epsilon naught r plus Q2 by 4 pi epsilon naught root 2 r minus Q2 by 4 pi epsilon naught r minus Q1 by 4 pi epsilon naught root 2 r. So work done is equal to Q into what we can do here? Q1 minus Q1. This is Q2 and Q2. So you can take this is 4 pi epsilon naught r, you can take common 4 pi epsilon naught r, 4 pi epsilon naught r, 4 pi epsilon naught r. So Q1 minus Q2 by minus Q1 by root 2 plus Q2 by root 2 minus Q2 by Q2. This is the formula, sir. This is the answer. So this you can set as Q by 4 pi epsilon naught, Q by 4 pi epsilon naught, Q1 minus Q2 plus Q2 minus Q1 by root 2. So here Q by 4 pi epsilon naught r into Q1 minus Q2 minus sign if I take Q1 minus Q2 by root 2. So if I take totally Q into Q1 minus Q2 by 4 pi epsilon naught r 1 minus 1 by root 2. This is the work done in moving the charge from Q from center of first circular ring to the center of second circular ring. Which charge? Q charge. This is the problem. 1 minus 1 by root 2 minus 1 by root 2, q by 4 pi epsilon naught. An electric dipole is placed along the x-axis at the origin. A point P is at a distance of a point P is at a distance of a point or centimeter from the origin such that OP makes an angle pi by 3 with x-axis. If electric field at P makes an angle theta with x-axis, then theta would be, we have to find the theta. So an electric dipole is placed along the x-axis at the origin at a point P is at a distance. Its dipole moment is, in fact, electric dipole with the dipole moment is P bar. Dipole moment magnitude, let us take P, placed at the origin. A point P is at a distance of r centimeter from the origin, such that OP makes an angle pi by 3 with x-axis. If the electric field at P makes an angle theta with x-axis, then theta would be. We have to find the theta. Let us take the dipole at the origin. This is the x-axis. Dipole moment P bar is taken here at the origin. This is which axis? Y-axis. So this is the dipole moment. Dipole is placed at the origin with moment P. This is the direction of dipole. So at the origin means, if we consider in this manner, like this, see, we have to consider dipole P is placed at r centimeter at a distance of r centimeter from a point P is placed at a distance of r centimeter from the origin such that OP makes an angle pi by 3. This is the dipole and we have to choose a point P. This is the point P and the line joining O and point P, OP, makes an angle pi by 3, 60 degree with the x-axis. This is the arrangement. So now we have to find if electric field at P makes an angle theta with x-axis, that theta we have to find. Okay. Now this is the P. We have to resolve the dipole moment into components because you know dipole moment is placed along the x-axis and the OP line makes an angle pi by 3. So in this direction let us resolve the dipole moment. P cos pi by 3 and this becomes P sin pi by 3. P cos pi by 3, P cos 60. That means this becomes how much? P by 2. So this is the, like this. This is the OP line, and this is P sin theta, this is P cos theta. Theta is pi by 3. What is this value? Root 3P by 2. This value is equal to P by 2. How many dipole moments are formed? 2 dipole moments. What is this one? Let us take the next diagram. This is x-axis and this is the y-axis and this is the OP. P1 is equal to P by 2 and here P2 is equal to root 3P by 2, making an angle of pi by 3 here. First dipole of moment is how much? P1. We have to find the field at point P. So field at point P is equal to summation of two fields. How? This is one dipole of moment P1 which gives field at P, another dipole of moment P2 which also gives the field. So two fields we are going to see. How many fields? Two fields we are going to see at this point P. Two fields. So this is the first dipole. See, first dipole of what moment? P1 moment. For the dipole of moment P1, for the dipole of moment P1, this line becomes which line? Axial line. So this will be the axial line. This line will be the axial line. So field on the axial line, field on the axial line of dipole of moment P1 is equal to 2P1 by 4 pi epsilon naught r cube. This distance is given as r. This distance in the problem given as r. This is the general formula 2P by 4 pi epsilon naught r cube. But P1 is the dipole moment. What is P1? P by 2. So you can write 2P by 2 by 4 pi epsilon naught r cube, P by 4 pi epsilon naught r cube. Next, second dipole, field due to second dipole, field due to second dipole of moment P2 is equal to root 3P by 2 is equal to. Second dipole, this is the second dipole. For this line becomes which line? Equatorial line. So field on the equatorial line is equal to P by 4 pi epsilon naught r cube. That is the general formula. But here we have to write P2. P2 is how much? Root 3P by 2. Root 3P by 2, 4 pi epsilon naught r cube. Now let us indicate these fields. Let us consider this is E1, this is E2. E1 means what? Field given by this dipole. E2 means what? Field given by this dipole. E1 is on the axial line. So field will be in this direction parallel to the dipole moment. Then field given by P2 will be in this direction because opposite to the dipole moment. Why? For this dipole P1, this line becomes axial line, and for this dipole, this line becomes equatorial line. This line becomes equatorial line. So this line becomes axial line for this dipole. The same line becomes equatorial line for this dipole. On the equatorial line, the direction of the field will be opposite to dipole moment. And on the axial line, the direction of the field will be in the direction of the dipole moment. So this is E1 and E2 and this is the resultant field. Now this is angle made by the resultant field. Tan phi, let us apply. Tan phi is equal to opposite side by adjacent side. What is opposite side? E2. E2 is equal to root 3P by 2 by 4 pi epsilon naught r cube by P by 4 pi epsilon naught r cube. P by 4 pi epsilon naught r cube root 3 by 2. Tan phi is equal to root 3 by 2. Phi is equal to tan inverse of root 3 by 2. This is angle made with E1. But question asked is what is angle made with x-axis? This angle remains as it is from here. These two lines if you take x-axis, x-axis. This line pi by 3. Corresponding angle, that's why pi by 3. Total angle will be phi plus pi by 3. So pi by 3 plus tan inverse of root 3 by 2. This is the answer. Right. Bhaglakshmi, ఆపేసి